Incoming transmission standby. Welcome to the Nod News Network. The Women's Bill was passed by both houses in 2 days. India's Senate on Thursday passed a bill to reserve 1/3 of the seats in national and state legislative assemblies for women. Hailing the development as a decisive moment in the country's democratic journey, Prime Minister Narendra Modi noted unanimous support for the bill. All 215 members of the Rajya Sabha, the upper house, voted in favour of the bill, just a day after it was passed by the lower house, the Lok Sabha, with an overwhelming majority of 454 votes in favour and 2 against. A decisive moment in our country's democratic journey. Congratulations to 140 million Indians. With the passage of Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam in Parliament, we usher in an era of greater representation and empowerment of Indian women. This is not just the law, it is a tribute to the countless women who built our country, Mr. Modi said in a post on X, formerly Twitter. Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar and several senior ministers in the Modi government described the moment as historic. The Constitution, 128th Amendment, Bill, 2023 will now need to be approved by at least 50% of the state assemblies to become law. The Act seeks to ensure that 1/3 of the seats are reserved for women in state and central legislative assemblies, but will not apply to the upper house of Parliament and state legislative assemblies. The allocation of seats to women is proposed to continue for 15 years. Although the Women's Reservation Bill has been welcomed in principle by most political leaders, some critics have questioned the delay in implementing the bill, which relies on demarcation for the reallocation of MPs and council constituencies on the basis of the new national census, expected in 2021, but was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The government clarifies that, according to Article 82 of the Constitution, amended in 2002, further delimitation operations can be carried out on the basis of the first census carried out after 2026, which will create conditions for the implementation of the Bill on Women's Rights. The delimitation process will redraw India's electoral map as it will change the number of seats each state gets in the lower house, with the total number of Lok Sabha seats increasing from the current 543 to more than 840. According to Indian Express. Indian Home Minister Amit Shah, responding to concerns about the bill, said a census would be conducted immediately after the 2024 elections to expedite its implementation. Meanwhile, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi demanded that the bill be implemented immediately, saying there is no need for delimitation or census. Efforts to create quotas for women have been underway since 1996. When a constitutional amendment bill to reserve 1/3 of the seats for women in the Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies was introduced in the Congress. Similar versions of the bill were subsequently introduced in 1998, 1999, and 2008, but lapsed when those governments dissolved. In 2010, when the United Progressive Alliance, led by the Congress Party, was in power, the Indian upper house passed the Women's Reservation Bill. However, it was never considered by the House and eventually lapsed in 2014 with the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. This has been the Nod News Network, transmission complete.